Hi friends, it's been a bit. Have you missed me? Today I'm going to teach you how to find a place for everything you own. It doesn't matter how big or how small your house is, you can find a home for everything you own, and if you can't, then you have too much stuff. Now I'm going to take this really slow as if you're learning it all for the first time, because we should have all learned this as children, right? So moving forward, just call me Mom. If you're ready to begin, comment ready below. All right, children, Mom is home, and today I'm going to teach you how to find a place for everything. We've got 3 steps to follow today. We're going to call it SOS, Simplify, Organize, and Sacrifice. Step 1, Simplify, i.e. declutter. This right here, step 1, is where people go off track because they're simplifying the wrong way. When people declutter, they ask, do I need this? That's the wrong question to ask. Why? Because if backed into a corner, you can find a need for literally anything. Instead, ask yourself, can I live without it? If you can, it's gone. No second guessing. Keep a box centralized in your home somewhere that you can easily access. I call it the chuck it bucket. As you come across something throughout your day that you're not using, toss it in the bucket. When the bucket's full, take it to the donation center. You can also use my acronym for deciding which items to part with. I call it the SUM method. S, space. Do I have space for it? U, utilization. Do I use it? M, maintenance. Can I maintain it? Step 2, use organizers. No one likes this step, but they are necessary. They provide a home for your possessions. They keep everything in place. They keep everything orderly. They create boundaries. Every item needs boundaries, 4 walls. A paperclip needs 4 walls around it. A hairbrush, toys, makeup, on and on. If you have not established those boundaries, your possessions will migrate. And using organizers seems like just another step, but I promise you'll begin to enjoy the process. I don't know the psychology behind it, but when you put that loose item in its designated home, it's like putting a piece of a puzzle into place. There's no thrill like it. It's so satisfying, and you need organizers to do that. Okay, if you're still with me, comment a heart in the comments and I will move on to step 3. Okay, step 3, sacrifice. It's not the size of your home that matters, it's the amount of stuff you own. Now, I don't want to hear anyone in the comments saying, but your house is huge. My house hasn't always been this size, and I don't even have half of my cabinets full. I've lived in small homes my whole life. After our house fire, we moved our then family of 4 into a 10 by 10 room at my parents' house, and we made it work. We had a home for everything. We sacrificed. I mean, would we have liked to have owned more than 5 shirts, 3 pairs of shoes, and a handful of toys? Absolutely. But we didn't have the space. If you're living in a 500 square foot home, you cannot own as much as someone that's living in a 3,500 square foot home. Maybe that sucks, but it's the reality. And if you need to find silver lining in it, remember, the more you own, the more you have to maintain. So while someone may have more stuff than you, more items for convenience, they still have to maintain all of it. So what does sacrifice look like for you? Simple. If you can't find a home for an item, then you either have to get rid of that item or get rid of something else to make room for it. Let's take a look at everyone's favorite example, the punch bowl. If you've got an air fryer and a punch bowl and you can only store one, which one are you going to choose? You're going to look at how frequently you're using that item. So the air fryer is coming out multiple times a week. The punch bowl is coming out maybe once or twice a year. The choice is simple. You're going to get rid of the punch bowl to make room for the air fryer. Now, I don't want to hear anyone say, well, what do I do when I need a punch bowl? I don't know. Borrow one, buy a disposable one, go without. These are the sacrifices we're talking about. If you find yourself constantly cleaning up the same messes all the time, always trying to shove items into drawers or cabinets, then you need to find a place for everything. And sacrificing is the key to do that. Look, this is not an unattainable goal. Everyone can find a place for everything. It's not unrealistic, it's necessary. Remember, these steps are simple, but finding a home for everything is not a weekend project. It's not even a month-long project. It's an ongoing part of life. It's vital that you look at it that way. You're going to make it really organic. For instance, as you're cooking in the kitchen and you go to grab the spatula and you see a 3rd whisk in the drawer that you never use, toss it. If you're doing laundry and you need to make room for a shirt that you wear every week, steal the hanger from the sweater you haven't worn in 2 years. Once you accept that finding a home for everything is a journey, not a quick process, it will be much less overwhelming. And you'll find so much more peace in the process. If you think you can get away without having a home for everything, you're wrong. You will find yourself constantly cleaning up the same messes, trying to shove the same items into cabinets that don't belong. If you need more help finding a home for everything, head over to my page. I have so many videos and shorts to talk you through it. You need to start today. Start small, but start. If you found this video helpful, please like, comment, subscribe, share, and I'll see you all next time.